Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine. We're going to do a Diddy update now that he's in prison. See what's coming in for him, his thoughts, his feelings, what's going on with him. I've been hearing all kinds of stuff about him. Someone said that someone held a knife to his throat and just all kinds of mess. Yeah, so let's see what's coming in for the diddler. They call him the diddler. Let's see what's coming in for P. Diddy. What do you see coming in for P. Diddy? What do you see coming in for P. Diddy? Well, the first one I'm seeing is the 10 of Swords. This is the end of a karmic cycle. And you know, the very first video that I ever did about him, I got this. And that's why I said he was going to prison, because this is what it showed me. So in the upright, this represents the prison time. Sorry, I'm tired. This represents prison time. Life is over. The way of living is no more. Depression, lots of sadness, depression. And this is when in the beginning. But now it's in the reverse. That means permanent. Okay, so he did go to prison. He did go to jail. And it looks like towards the end they gave him 4 years, right? But here's the thing. He has 89 pending cases. 89 pending cases. So out of all those 89, do you think he's going to spend more time in jail from 89 pending cases? Yes, he's going to spend more time in jail. This is why I said from the very beginning that he's going to spend a lot of time, because he's going to go in and out, in and out. He'll be indicted again. When he gets out, he'll be indicted again. And then he'll go back in. Then he'll get back out, go back in, get back. It's a mess. And that's if he don't commit suicide first, because I do see that for him. Either somebody will get him or he'll do it himself, because he can't stand it there. He's just like going crazy. His mind's all over the place. He actually has fear, because you know he's not from that type of environment. So he's actually feeling fear. You know, show me what else. There it is, a tower, unexpected event, a terrible moment for him that came that he never expected. And that's good. You know, he gets what he deserves. He's hurt a lot of people, allegedly, in his lifetime. So karma always comes back to get you. No matter who you are, what you do, what you say, karma comes back. Allegedly, he had his giant tower moment, and that's when they sentenced him. And it was like a death sentence to him. Yeah, so, ooh, look at that. This also can represent a death card, just like I said, moving up and out to another phase. He wants to leave, get away from this prison thing, but he can't. He's surrounded by the swords. Yeah, the judge has spoken. Show me what else. Show me his energy. What do you see for Diddy? Yeah, everything's in the reverse for him. See, this is the Ace of Pentacles, the card of victory. There's the victory crown. When you have conquered, you used your sword to cut through all the bad things, and you have conquered. But it's in the reverse for him, so he had no victory. Literally, this card means no victory. So every time he tried to get out, every time he appealed, every time he... how do you say, every time he, his lawyers kept going in, you know, trying to get him out. It was just no victory, no victory, no victory. And he still has no victory. Still has no victory. Don't matter how many times he tries. Now, if President Trump pardons him, that's fine, but then he's still got 89 pending cases. So he'll get in trouble again. Like he hasn't learned, allegedly. He hasn't learned anything. Allegedly, he's not sorry. I don't see that he is, you know. And I can read spirits. I can see things. I don't see he has any remorse for anything he's done for anybody, allegedly. So, you know, you can't just keep going on that way and expect not the universe to punish you or to get you back, because, you know, that's just the way it is. Show me what else you see for Diddy. See, now look at that. Loss of money. he has a huge loss of money, because this is when you lose money due to sickness, injury, or just losing something, so, and it's in the reverse. So he's not going to get the money back that he spent on his attorneys. He's not going to get any more deals anymore. Like he always had a lot of deals, people offering him stuff to make more money. He's not going to get any of that. Even if he were to get out now, he would have trouble trying to get brand deals and stuff like that, because it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Nobody's going to want to be associated with him because, of his character, because of what he's done. No, only people that are like him. Okay, let me say it one more time, and let me say it loud. Only people that are like him are going to be the ones that want to associate with him. Okay, because a normal, regular person that doesn't go around and saying a million people every day isn't going to want to be with him. All right. I have heard story after story after story of people that got essayed by him that didn't even report it. Some of those stories are horrible. I'm like, wow, he had a wild ding-a-ling. He would just do it to everybody. He just wanted to put it somewhere, He was just horrible. He's a horrible man. Show me, allegedly. Show me what's coming. What else is coming in for Diddy? What he's been going through. It looks like he once was like this King of Cups, offering good things, but not no more. It's done and over with. And he thinks about that. He thinks about the past. He thinks about when he was in a higher status. He thinks about, the loves that he's had, because he has loved some women. I'm not going to say he hasn't loved women. He was just very abusive, very controlling. He carries a 5 of Swords energy, because his fame is what ruined him. Money ruined him. His fame ruined him. Some people don't know how to handle fame. They don't know how to stay humble. Let me put it that way. He was not a humble man. A lot of people aren't humble, especially if they're talking about themselves all the time, constant talking about I'm this and I'm that and I'm that. You're not humble. God has a way of humbling you down, and that's what he did to Diddy. He sure humbled him down to his knees. Okay, show me what else is coming for Diddy. What else do you see for Diddy? Show me what else is coming in for Diddy. Too many cards are flying here. Let me see what this one is. Oh, yeah, there you go. The thief, the liar. He was a thief. He was a liar, allegedly. He spoke to many, many women, of course, because he's in the music industry, and allegedly most of them do that. They have women throwing themselves at him. Now, this is the 7 of Swords energy. This is a person that tells a lot of lies. They tell everybody the same thing. So let's say you're in a relationship with this person. They'll tell you, oh, I want you, you're the only one, and I love you, and I don't talk to other women and stuff like that. But they do. Okay, these tens in the background represent social activity. Why? Because there's a lot of people there. All right, so they represent social activity. So he, would talk to everybody, all the women. He'd tell them all the same thing. Even when he was with Cassie and, other women, he would cheat, allegedly. He would cheat, allegedly. All right, so I hate that we have to say the word allegedly all the time, Show me Diddy. So, but then truths came out. Those 2 swords on the side represent truths. Truths will come out, and they sure did, boy. They sure did. Yeah, again, end of the karmic cycle for him. He has no balance where he's at. This is the person that has 1 foot in turbulence and then 1 knee on the green, meaning they're working their way out to the green patch, wanting to be, have a new life, a new beginning, balancing life out. But it's in reverse, so he can't balance it out. As long as he's in prison, he can't balance his life out. He is very turbulent. See, the water's on top now. Okay, and it's flowing back on top of him, so he can't balance his life. He can't get away from the turbulence, He's in a very, wherever he's at, I'm not saying he's in a very dangerous place, but what I'm saying is he's in a place where he could lose his life at any time, people have a vendetta against him. Some people just don't like him. Some people are jealous of him, and, there's a lot of criminals that they don't care if they're going to be there a life sentence. They don't care. They'll be like, okay, well, I'm going to be here for life. I might as well do something to him, So there's a lot of people around him. I see horrible energies around him. He's scared every day. He stays in his cell a lot because he's scared to go out and mingle and roam around and stuff. He has fear that people are going to murder him or poison him and stuff like that. He fears that every day, actually. Every day he fears that. So, yeah, it's horrible for him. Show me what else is coming in for P. Diddy. What else is coming in for P. Diddy? Yeah, see, he had the chance to have love in his life. There's the love cups offered to him. This is probably Cassie saying here, here's my cup of love. I love you. Let's live together. Let's be together. But he's sitting here with his arms crossed saying, no, I don't want your cup of love because I want everyone's love. I want everything. So he would turn it down, He didn't actually turn it down, He would accept it, but he would accept everybody else's too. I don't believe not one time was he ever faithful to Cassie or any woman that he was with. I believe that each time that he was, messing around because he could. The women are in his face, so he took advantage of that. He took bad advantage of every opportunity, every good opportunity, turn it into bad. All the women, he took advantage of that, allegedly. So, you can only draw bad karma for that. I don't know how to make people understand because I speak about this all the time. A lot of people don't believe in karma. Karma is real. Comes back to get you. You keep doing things, karma's going to get you, and you'll see that later. It doesn't mean, it could happen now, it could happen 20 years from now, it could happen, but it will happen. Rest assured that it will happen. Look at him. He did all this stuff that he did for 20 years, and where did it land him? Right where he's at now. He never thought that he would get caught at the things he was doing. He never thought anybody would tell on him because he thought people were faithful to him, and also he would intimidate people, scare them by threatening them, telling them, I'm going to get your family and I'm going to expose you and I'm going to do this, that, and that, and that. So he would intimidate people not to tell on him, even if he essayed them, he would, intimidate them. So that's how he got away with stuff so long because he was a rich, powerful man and they were just ordinary people and they would be like, well, I can't sue him. I'm afraid to tell because he's going to get me. And so, yeah. So here is the Three of Wands. He's waiting for a third person to come help him out. Maybe Trump. Ships sailing in. So, I see that Trump is considering that, but I don't feel like it's going to happen just yet. I think Trump would pardon him if he was stupid enough. Because didn't he pardon all those people that did that White House resurrection thing? He pardoned them. Now, if that ain't the stupidest thing I've ever seen, I don't know what is. Because how are you going to be I don't know if it was the White House or the Capitol. I think it was the Capitol. But how are you going to be a president and then people attack, the Capitol or the White House or whatever, and then you're going to pardon them? Like, what an idiot. That don't even make no sense, How you going to do something like that? So anyway, that's how Diddy is. He's like hoping, waiting, praying, am I going to get pardoned? And someone going to come help me? How long am I going to be here? And then he even shouts God's name. I see him on his knees and he's shouting God's name saying, God, help me, help me, help me. But it's almost too late for that. It's never too late to apologize. It's never too late to change your life if you're doing bad or hurting other people. But you got to be sincere. You can't just say, oh, well, tomorrow I'm going to pray and ask God to forgive me. He will, because I know he's a forgiving God. And then not mean it or not be sorry for the things you've done, And then you have to rectify your wrong. You have to right your wrong. This is something God wants. You have to right your wrong. What I mean by that is if you've offended someone, then you got to go back and say, hey, look, I'm sorry for what I did. In order to get forgiveness from God, the person may not forgive you, and that's okay because that doesn't matter. But what you seeking is God's forgiveness so you can enter the kingdom of heaven. All right, a lot of people that text me, call me, have a little bit of trouble understanding that, what happens to your soul afterwards and stuff like that. It depends on your deeds that you did here on earth. Were you a good person? Were you a bad person? Did you lie? Did you cheat? Did you steal? Did you study the word? So that's how karma works. That's how you're judged on this, that's how your name gets written in the book of life, or that's how it gets taken off, or it's according to your deeds on earth. You do have free will, so you're able to do, what you want to, but some people don't always choose the right path. They don't choose the right road, and they end up in trouble, or end up just doing all kinds of terrible things, so you have to hold yourself accountable for the things that you do. And I don't feel like he ever held himself accountable for anything. You have to hold yourself accountable as an adult person. If you're an adult, or if you have the adult mentality, because some adults don't, Show me what else is coming for Diddy. What else is coming for Diddy? Yes, he has no love. This is love lost. He has no love right now. No one wants to be around him. Women don't want to date him. Even if he were to get out, again, it would happen. There might be one or two. I see a white female with blonde hair that I think would attach herself to him. Whoever this person is, because I've been seeing her a lot whenever I concentrate on Diddy and stuff. There's a white woman. She's an older woman. Not older than him, but she's not a teenager. And she's got blonde curly hair. It's like real thick blonde curly hair, golden. And she would attach herself to him, and he would end up being with her if he got out, or just being in a sexual relationship, or some kind of living arrangement or something. I'm seeing a living arrangement if he were to get out, because she wants to attach herself to him because of fame. She doesn't care if it's good fame or bad fame or anything like that. She just wants fame and she wants money. So this person would attach. She's an opportunist. I'm seeing she's an opportunist. She would attach herself to him if he gets out. And let's see if he does, because if he does, we'll see this woman. She's all of a sudden going to pop up in his life somewhere when he's out and about. And yeah, that's what's going to happen. Now, you got a lot of scenarios here, because he could stay in prison for the 4 years. He could bail out early, or Trump could pardon him. And then I'm seeing that Diddy could lose his life there. He would, either get shanked or something, and then allegedly, or he could do it himself, end his life himself, because he's miserable there. He's so miserable. Like, he cries every night, and he's just terribly miserable, allegedly. But yeah, I don't see him getting out just yet. I see that he's tormented with his thoughts, and the thoughts of the people that he hurt. He's tormented with that. All right, it's in his mind all the time. Now, he could be a little bit sorry to some people, or maybe to his family, his kids, saying, I'm sorry that I disappointed you, I let you down. That type of sorry. But I don't see him being sorry to the women and men that he has saved, because there was men too. There wasn't just women, there was men too. So, I kind of feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for him, but some people might feel sorry for him because of that, So, but yeah, I see that type of energy. I don't feel sorry for him at all. I feel like he should have got more time in jail, and everything that happens to him is his own fault. And just be rid of that person, There's some people that don't deserve to be here on earth. He's one of them. Why? Because look at all the things he's done to hurt other people, and he shows no remorse. So why should he have a spot here on earth? God needs to take him and say, hey, look, I'm going to go ahead and put you away, in a place where you belong, that I've prepared for you, because you just can't do right. You're selfish, you're greedy, you're self-centered. This is the words that I'm hearing that God would tell him. You're selfish, you're greedy, you're self-centered, you don't care about nobody. You essayed all these people, you were involved in a bunch of horrible stuff. So no, the answer is no, no, no. Anyway, That's it for now. We'll do another update on him. I see him crying a lot. He literally lays in his bed and he cries to himself silently a lot because, you know, he's just afraid. Number one, he's afraid. He's very, very afraid of, you know, getting hurt there, physically hurt, shanked or whatever. And then he's afraid that, like at night, he's afraid to close his eyes, go to sleep because he's afraid someone's going to do something to him. So he does show much fear in this reading, much, much, much fear. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. This is Jasmine from Magic Tarot Cards. If you want that personal reading, text me, and I'll get back at you. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, watch the shorts, y'all. Watch the shorts. I'll put your horoscopes up there. And thumbs up, thumbs up. Read the community post. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.